Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I didn't think I was going to do an update so quickly because I think I was telling everyone next week, but I wanted to get some clarification out there for the topic I was discussing the other day, which was on the unemployment. They just published literally last night some updated guidance on that 10,200, which had a lot of people confused, including myself, because if you read some of the comments in the previous video I did, people were like, well, how are we going to do this? How am I going to report it? What does it mean? How is it going to affect the state, and so on and so forth? And I was struggling with it too. How do you report? There's nowhere in the software that lets you do that. And even if it was a paper return, there's no one that paper return, you would actually have to reduce the taxable unemployment benefit. And then, of course, you're going to get an IRS notice saying you didn't report it because, there was an amount reported higher than what you reported, and you get into all this craziness. So the IRS finally said, well, here's the deal with it. And actually what they said was they said nothing. They basically said, don't do anything. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you could see what they said. And I'm going to post this in my description as well, if I don't forget. Sorry about that. I always say I'm going to, and sometimes I don't. So here's what they said last night. They said, the IRS is reviewing implementation plans for the newly enacted American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, additional information about new round of economic impact payments, the expanded child tax credit, including advanced payments of child tax credit, other provisions will be made available as soon as possible. The IRS, look at this one, strongly urges payers to not file amended returns related to the new legislative provisions or take other unnecessary steps at this time. What's unnecessary about taking advantage of the 10,000? Unbelievable language here. I never seen this written like this. The IRS will provide taxpayers with additional guidance on those provisions that could affect their 2020 return, including a retroactive provision that makes the first 10,200 of unemployment benefits non-taxable. For those who haven't filed yet, the IRS will provide a worksheet for paper filers and work with software industry to update current tax software so that taxpayers can determine how to report it. For those who received unemployment benefits last year and have already filed 2020 tax returns, the IRS emphasizes they should not file amended returns at this time until the IRS issues additional guidance. So there you have it. So all the confusion that we had the other day, even though they said that this is now good to go and this and that, apparently, they're moving a lot faster than obviously the IRS and the practitioner community, and people are scrambling to figure this out and delaying filing now. Here we have another delay. We have a retroactive tax rule that applies to previously filed returns. A little odd to be doing this, but then again, we are in a very strange environment with the pandemic. So what can you do there? So let me also update everybody on a few other things I was planning on doing later, but I'm starting to call myself the IRS whisperer more and more because we keep on having to read between the lines. Very odd that we have to do that, but this is the environment we're in. We have people running around in Congress, not communicating with other leadership in other departments, and that's not good for anybody. All right, so third stimulus update, just a reminder, $1,400 per person, $2,800 if married filing joint. Obviously, that's two people. $1,400 per dependent, including college students if claimed, and any other dependents. So basically what it's saying is any dependents that you've claimed, they're going to be eligible for this $1,400. And also, I don't think I wrote this down here, it will not, if you owe back taxes, not affecting back taxes. So that's good news for people that were in distress in the past and are looking for some relief from somewhere. So that's going to help you. Single filers up to 75K, obviously. So otherwise, you're not going to get it. There's a small phase out range of $5,000. Don't know why, but and then married filing joint up to 150,000. It's phased out fully over 160. Head of household 112, 500 phased out completely over 120. Here's another problem that we had with last year. If you remember, to get that $1,200, they were going to use your 2018 or 2019, and they don't tell us. It'd be really nice to know, hey, everybody, Get your 2020 returns done by March 15th so that we have the information to use to either use your 2019 or 2020. That would help. That would help practitioners. That would help the public. That would help anybody. But now they're arbitrarily choosing when they're going to, what year they're going to use. And, it's just so arbitrary at this point. So I guess get your 2020s in as soon as you can, especially if your income was lower. How do we plan for this, people? It's insane. Okay, child tax credit, 17 years old to qualify. It used to be under 17. This always threw people off, including my clients. So now it's anyone 17 years old qualifies and under whatever. Credit $3,000 per child, $3,600 if you're under 6. Again, more phase outs, $150 for married filing joint, $112, $500 head of household, $75 single, and then it gets reduced when you exceed that, $50 for every 1,000 over the threshold. And then, of course, I talked about it the other day. This credit, they're going to be giving you in advance whether you like it or not. I don't know if they'll change that because some people may want to opt out. Otherwise, if your income does get higher and you do get over the thresholds, then you're going to have to pay some of it back. And they have this goofy language about how to calculate it, and taxpayers have to reconcile the advance payment, increase taxable income by the excess payment. If income doesn't exceed 200% of AGI, advance will be reduced 2,000. These are the types of things that we really, as practitioners, don't like. Crazy. Okay, I talked a little bit about unemployment. You can claim it, obviously, even if you worked, even if you found work and you still had unemployment, you could do it. That's fine. It also is for everyone in the household. So, your husband, wife, spouse, whatever you want to call it, partner. If you're married, it applies to each of you. So it's not just 10,200 per household. And again, I just covered further guidance anticipated. This is a nice one. Child Independent Care Credit for 2021. Important planning opportunity for those who are still listening. And if you are and you're new, please subscribe. Don't forget. But hopefully you're still around. And this is an important one. Credits become refundable. Increases to 50% of eligible expenses up to $8,000 or $4,000 per individual. And if you remember, if you took advantage of this, you could only get 20% on the first 3,000. That was $600, right? So 4,000 versus 600. That's nice. And again, there's phase outs there. Credit can be reduced if you're over 400,000. Credit reduction starts at 125. So then there's reduction there. But here's another key one. If you are part of an employer plan for and contributing to dependent care plan program, that goes from 5,000 to 10,500. Again, really nice, excellent shelter for your taxes there. For those that need to take advantage of it, definitely do and update your plan contributions ASAP. I don't know. Key takeaway: why are these laws being passed without coordination with the IRS, despite the compliance and coordination? That's why I'm talking into a camera, because who's listening really, except for all of you great people? But no one from Congress or anywhere else is listening to Teddy G, the IRS whisperer. I'm just throwing that out there, just complaining a little bit. So with that, I will leave you until further notice. Thank you again. Have a great weekend. And again, don't forget to subscribe and like. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all the support. I will talk to you soon.